Hey everyone, it's Donna Maria and welcome to our second day of YouTube training. This is part 2 of our YouTube training that we're doing with Donna DeRosa, who you can see here with me. So let's just introduce her again for those of you who have missed. And by the way, if you are here from the earlier note about we're going live on YouTube, thank you for coming over here. I apologize for that little snafu. We are dealing with all the technical difficulties that everyone else deals with, but we are not giving up because I need YouTube training and you might need some too, and I don't want to let you down. So here we have my friend and our consultant and our YouTube trainer, Donna DeRosa. Say hi, Donna.
Hello.
So we have finished with part 1. So if you missed part 1, you can go to youtube.com/Donna Maria CEO and you can watch part 1. And it'll bring you up to date to where we are now. We're going to do 8 trainings and this is number 2 of 8. So today we're going to review my homework from last week that I had, as well as Donna's going to teach me some new stuff. So I'm super excited to get started. So Donna, let's go.
Well, can you share your screen and we can see your channel and how you've done with your homework?
Yes, ma'am. I will share my screen here. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, that's my screen, but I've been so frazzled by trying to figure out all this technology that and now look, something went wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's okay. That's my mistake. I can see that I put in the wrong URL. Hopefully, human error I can handle, but the technical difficulties make me crazy. Okay, here we go. This is my channel.
Here we go. Look how beautiful your channel looks.
Thank you.
So the first part of your homework was to design a new YouTube channel art, which is the cover image that we see up top there.
Yes.
So tell me what you did there and how you followed my instructions.
Okay, well, your instructions were not basically to create a cover art that advertises yourself, but to create cover art that lets people know what they're going to get if they watch your videos. So, and to personalize it a little bit more. And just for comparison, here's the way it used to look. Oh my God. Look, it's gone. It's gone. Oh my gosh, the technical difficulties are crazy.
Well, anyway, it was dark blue.
It was dark blue and it was nice, but it didn't really showcase me like as your host.
It was a group shot.
It was a picture of a lot of people from one of our indie cruises. And it also kind of was like a ad for what I do, as opposed to a highlight of what people would get if they come along with me on this channel. So the way I changed that was I put a picture of me so you could see that it was me. I personalized it by actually putting my signature there, which I think is really exciting because it's really more personal, and that kind of really reflects my personality too. Then I put a list of the different types of topics and issues and ideas that we will be covering on this channel. And that's kind of a work in progress. I might change that a little bit, but as you can see, entrepreneurship, freedom, lifestyle, flexibility, location independence, and fun. So for other entrepreneurs who are interested in all those things, that's what they're going to get out of this channel. And then right here, I have that we go live on Sundays at 7:30 p.m. If we keep having these technical difficulties, we're going to have to change that. And I will do that. So that's what I did to change everything.
And you also changed that link where it says follow the lifestyle CEO.
Oh yeah, that's right. Over here, I had listed like almost every single link I could possibly think of for me, my website, my LinkedIn, my YouTube, the whole 9 yards. So I decided, like, if people click, they're only going to click on one link. So they're not going to click on all 4 of them. And then they're going to click on the one that appeals to them the most. So I figured I would just put one, and it would be the one that I want people to follow me at. If they're not going to follow on YouTube, I would want them to follow on Lifestyle CEO. Which is Donna Maria CEO on Instagram, and it matches the YouTube channel here. So I was really happy to be able to have that match up.
Yes, and I think YouTube and Instagram complement each other very well, so it's a good choice. So is it okay if I share my screen so I can show people how easy it is to make one of these channel arts?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so do you need to stop sharing and then I'll share? Okay, so let's see. Oop, I just lost the sound.
For those of you who are watching while Donna's pulling up Canva, which is what she's going to use to just share a little bit about creating cover art, just remember those points. Like, don't make it about you, make it about what the channel's going to be about, and give them some idea of when they can expect your videos to be loaded, once a month, every Wednesday at 2, or whatever it is for you. And then that way you're setting some expectations, as Donna taught me last week, so that people kind of know what they're going to get if they do subscribe and take their time and their energy to subscribe to your channel.
I see there's a delay from what we're doing. Like, I see all the mistakes I've made clicking around. Okay, so here now we're on Canva. So this is what Canva looks like when you first load it up. And Canva, you can custom design images here by, if you click that, you can put in specific dimensions. But if you go here, there's a little bar with a bunch of pre-made styles. So you can make a brochure, a gift certificate, a business card, whatever. And here's one called YouTube channel art. And if you mouse over it, it tells you the pixels. So it's 2560 by 1440, which seems gigantic, right? So I'm going to click on that. And it'll open a blank template for me. And it comes up with some things on the left here where it can give you some ideas for inspiration, or you can actually copy them in and change them. But let me open up. This is my channel. Actually, I meant to, sorry, let me go back here. I accidentally closed one of my things. This is my YouTube channel art. And as you can see, it's a very large document with lots of white space all around it. So if you look at Donna Maria's channel, you can see there's only a narrow band of the image that shows here. But the reason for that is, oops, there we go. The reason for that is they use this same image on 3 different places for YouTube. So this could be if you're looking on your phone. So if you view a channel on your phone, you'll see even less than you will on the desktop there. And but you can also cast YouTube videos on your television through something like Apple TV or whatever kind of casting software that you use. So like if I like to watch a lot of videos on my television, so I like to listen to music videos on here, I cast them, and then this whole thing shows up on the television screen. But most people are viewing on a phone or on their desktop. And so what they only see is this little narrow band. So I just wanted to give you a pointer that if you're making your own channel art, to keep everything right in the center here. Because if you look at Donna Maria's channel and you see how narrow a band this is of what you actually see. And actually, if you're looking on the phone, probably this left side here and this right side here will both be cut off. So just something to be aware of when you're making your own channel art, that keep everything in the center and kind of keep it on the horizon line in the middle here. And you know, this doesn't have to be white. This could be a big photo, but just know that it's not always going to show. I just have mine kind of minimalists. But like how Donna Maria says the sky, there's probably a lot more sky up above this in the photo that she used if we saw the back end. But it's just something to be aware of. And you can also, one of the parts of Donna Maria's homework was to update this picture here, which is a thumbnail.
Yeah, well, Donna, before we move on to that, let me show them, if you could stop sharing your screen, I want to show them my channel art on a phone.
Right.
So you can see
how tiny.
Yeah, you can see even the background that you could see on the laptop that we're using is totally cut off.
Right.
Everything is picked up by the phone, is in the center of that graphic. Mm-hmm. So we organized it, and we had to tweak it a few times to make sure that just because it looks good on desktop doesn't mean it looks good on your phone. So you need to really test it on both. So thanks for that reminder, Donna.
Right. So if you go into Canva, you'll see that gigantic image and you think, oh, wow, I have all the space. You really don't. You want to keep it dead center of that image. And it might take some trial and error going back and forth, but just to know, it's something to be aware of.
Right.
Okay.
So my second homework was to update my cover art for the one video that I did have.
Right.
Which is
called a video thumbnail.
A video thumbnail, yes. I'm sorry. We have cover art, which is the cover image, and then we have a video thumbnail.
Right, which is down here.
Get our terminology correct. So my other video thumbnails, as you can see, look like this. Like they all had the blue bar across the bottom. It was a picture of me. They didn't look bad, but they didn't look like the way people seem to like them to look on YouTube. So Donna told me that I needed to do a couple things. I needed to have me being like more enthusiastic and not just like a talking head smiling, but sort of sending a message of, hey, this is exciting, thumbs up on this, and don't you want to learn this? Or, you know, I guess other hand gestures that I could use for other topics. And then to actually make the title of the video bigger. These letters are kind of small, and it's wide on dark instead of you know, larger text. And so it's a little bit easier to see. And as Donna said, it's like, wow, she's smiling and excited. What is she doing? So
right. So the thing to always remember about YouTube is that it's a big search engine. So people are going to search for a topic, and if they're searching for how to organize their YouTube channel, they're going to see a big long list of video thumbnails down a page, and you want yours to stand out. And I like the way yours is colorful. It's easy to read. You look enthusiastic. You know, it'll stand out a little bit from other people's. And as we're moving around YouTube today, people see, you know, get an idea of how important it is, because it's really tiny, although that looks pretty standoutish to me, don't you think?
I think so. I really, when I compare it to everything else, I'm like, wow, I would not click on any of these if I saw this one, and I would click on that one. If I was going to click on any of them, it would be that one.
Right. And it looks like you know what you're doing, you know? You know what you're doing on YouTube.
Well, I will. So I created a graphic for future use.
Yes. And you can also make that in Canva. There is another option in Canva for YouTube thumbnail, and it gives you the exact dimensions that you need. So it's also
we
very
made
easy.
it in Canva, actually.
Good.
We made this in Canva, and you can see too, we put a very small icon for our brand, which I think is a nice thing to do. If you can fit that in there without it disturbing the other parts of the content there, I think that's a nice touch to be able to do.
Yes, and you know, in another lesson we'll cover, you can actually make a watermark for your videos, where you can use that, and you can put that, like if you look at any of my videos, I have a little heart down the bottom right hand corner, and they call it the watermark. You could use that as your watermark, and that would appear on all of your videos, and when people click that, it would tell them to subscribe.
In the bottom right hand corner?
Yes.
Okay, that's where it always is, so we would need to reorient this if we were going to put them over there. Right.
Right. I mean, it would show up while they're watching the video, like it wouldn't show up here. So you don't have to worry about that timestamp that's there.
Okay. Awesome.
You know, so when you're in the video, it doesn't come up right away. You can actually choose what time it starts to play, and then it can show up there. And it's just another way for people to subscribe.
All right, stay tuned for that. That's going to be a great teaching point.
Another lesson we'll go into.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so besides your video thumbnail, you're also tasked with updating your about page text.
Yes, I did update that. So here's what I did. My about page text was previously all about me and how awesome I am, and how I can teach you how to do all these things, and how I can help with your business and so forth. And you said that was great, and I needed to put that in there, but I really need to focus on what other people were going to get out of the channel. So even though my computer's not cooperating with me now, what I did to update that was I changed all the text about me to include a little bit about me, but mainly to focus on the same things that are in the cover art. So location independence, freedom, flexibility, fun, entrepreneurship. I put those in a bulleted list down the about page, so you could see if you're interested in these things, this is what we're going to talk about and address and have fun with here on this channel. So I was really excited about the way that turned out, especially since I listed them so people can scan, as opposed to like reading whole paragraphs, which I know people don't really do, especially on a phone. But if someone were to come across there and they were interested in that list of 6 things, they would be more inclined to check it out than if it was just a bunch of paragraphs. So I changed it in that way.
Right, because like I said, YouTube is a search engine. You have to always remember that. And when people, they're probably not going to, unless they're subscribed to you, they're probably going to find you through search, and they're going to watch one of your videos, and they're going to like you and say, hey, I want to know more about her. If they go to your about page, you want to have all your keywords in there and let them know why they should subscribe. So that was great too.
Exactly. So here it is right here. There's the list. And I might go through it again and put bullet points there just to have like a bullet in front of each one of them. But I'm excited. It's a great place
to put keywords.
Oh, okay. So we'll talk about keywords too later. I know we're going to do. So yeah. So those are some good keywords for me right there. So we'll continue with that later. Thanks, Donna.
Okay.
So that was my third homework.
And your fourth one was to organize your content into playlists, because you wanted to take your older videos and put them all in sort of an archive.
Right, right. So here we have all of the videos I've ever loaded to this page. You can see them all right here in order from newest to oldest, if you use that arrow to scroll over. But what you also see is I deleted all of my old playlists because I had all these videos organized in different playlists. But what I did was I deleted all the old playlists and I put all of those videos into one playlist called Lifestyle CEO Show Season 1. And the reason I called it that is because that is what the show was called, but also naming it Season 1 lets everybody know that it's past, like it's over, it's done. I don't want to get rid of those. I want to have them available for people to see, but I don't want to focus on them. So I put them in a playlist, called them old, and now we're coming along with like a new additions to the channel that I want people to focus on. So that's what I did for that. So maybe we can, since we're going to have a playlist called YouTube Basics now based on this training, can we go ahead and create a new playlist and put this video in there and show everybody how to do that?
Yes.
Okay,
so you can either click on that video and hit edit, or you can go in through your dashboard. It's up to you.
Okay, so let's do it this way, and we'll do it the dashboard another way. So since I'm logged into my account, if I click it, it'll show up and I can click edit video.
Right.
And then what do I do?
So then on the right-hand side, you'll see playlists.
Playlists.
And then you can say new playlist.
Oh, I thought I had deleted all those. Okay.
Well, so you removed all the videos from them, but I guess they're still there. They don't show up though if there's nothing in them.
Okay, YouTube Basics. And keep it public, obviously, and then create.
Right.
And then save.
Right. So now you have a new playlist. And when we're done this evening, you can add this new video to it as well. And then you'll have two videos in there. And that way, if people want to see all of the training together, like by the time we get to the end and we're going to do 8 sessions of this, they can watch all 8 straight through.
Okay. All right. So whoops, something went wrong, but we're not going to let that bother us because we now have a new playlist. So when we go back and look at the website again, we will see the new playlist. And yes, I'm trying to pull it up again, but we're not going to worry about it because, okay, so that was good. So when we go back and look at it again, we will see that the new video YouTube Basics is now in a playlist called YouTube Basics. So then when I download this one from Facebook, which I am going to do, I'm going to download it from Facebook, put it up on YouTube, then I will put it in the YouTube Basics playlist and it'll be session 2.
Right.
Excellent.
So if people find the playlist, they can just watch them all right in order. So just another way to get it found in search. They can either find the individual videos or they can find your playlist. And then you can recommend that playlist to people too. And you can add end screens. In a later lesson, we'll show you how to add end screens where you can put that playlist as a recommended thing for people to watch when they get to the end of the video. So
okay, so that point leads me to remember something you said about to improve your
watch time.
Your watch time, if you make a series of videos that all go together and put them in a playlist, if people watch the first one and like it, they're more likely to keep watching. And the more play time that you get or viewer time that you get, the more benefits YouTube starts to give you because you're a trusted source, right? And a desired source. So you start to get additional benefits. We could talk about those later to being on YouTube.
Right. Yeah, it's not just important to YouTube that you gain subscribers. Your watch time is important. So when it comes time to be in the partner program where you'd be allowed to have monetization, where you could run a super chat or you can have ads running, they look at not only your subscriber count, because you'd have to have 1,000 subscribers, but they look at your watch time. And you'd have to have 4,000 hours on an average in a year. But it would have to be, which really isn't that much, you know, but if your videos are always 30 seconds or a minute long, you're never going to have the watch time. So you want to have a little bit longer videos and you want to encourage people to watch them as long as they can. And if you can get them into a playlist where they keep going, that's even better.
Okay. So keep coming back, guys. But seriously, I'm excited about like sharing this with everyone because this is some stuff that everyone can do if they want to have a YouTube channel. And, you know, it's great to look on YouTube and you see a little bit of this and a little bit of that and how to do this and how to do that. What we're trying to do is like synchronize it So it's sequential for everyone, and you can just watch all the way through. Okay.
Okay. So your fifth homework was to start thinking about ideas for future playlists, because as you make more videos, you're going to want to fit them into categories and then have them all in playlists. So did you come up with any new playlist ideas?
I did come up with some new playlist ideas. So the first thing I did was I went to my blog at donnamaria.com, and I reorganized all of the blog posts into different categories. And at first I thought that I could match them up, but not only did you say that wasn't the best idea, they aren't going to match up actually. My new playlist ideas, a couple of them are work from anywhere, which is the one I think I'm probably going to start with, because I've built my business working from anywhere, mainly in my home office here because my children have been young, but also at different coffee shops and at different co-working spaces and here and there and everywhere that had a Wi-Fi signal. I would just work parking lots, baseball games, wherever my kids were, dance practice, I was working. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. So I think that's one, work from wherever. Another one will be travel, because I'm going to incorporate that over the next couple of years into my lifestyle a little bit more, because now my children are almost grown. I'll be able to do that. So there'll be travel. Then I'll probably also have business startup, like how to start a business of your own. And in particular, a location independent business, like how to have the mindset for any business can be location independent. But if you want that, you kind of have to start it with that in mind. And that means starting a business that doesn't require you to be someplace all the time in order for it to run. So I think those are probably three that I would start with: work from anywhere, location independent, starting your business location independent. And the third one I said that I can't remember right now.
Platform, I think. You had one called platform.
No, there was one called building your business using social media to build your platform. But it was one I just said now that I can't remember. Oh, travel. Travel. Yeah. So those are the 4 playlists in addition to YouTube Basics. So that's 5 actually.
Right.
Playlists
Yeah.
that we'll have. Yeah.
Right. So what works on your blog doesn't necessarily, the same concept can work on YouTube. You just want to remember it's a search engine. So whether people will type in the short phrase that you came up for your category on your blog, you might want to expand it to be more of what somebody would type into a search engine.
Right.
So like YouTube Basics, you might eventually find that you're going to change that to how to start a YouTube channel or something like that, or YouTube Basics, how to start a YouTube channel, put it all in there, where you wouldn't want your category in your blog to be like 7 words long, so, but we'll refine this as we go along.
Right. And so I'll show you really quickly. My latest blog post at donnamaria.com is how entrepreneurs should use social media, and it's in the platform category. But I wouldn't create a playlist called platform. I would create a playlist called how to use social media to build your platform.
Right, because no one's searching just for the word platform.
Right. They wouldn't search for that, but they would search for how to use social media or how to build a platform or something like that. So that's just an example of the difference as it applies to me. So everyone who's watching, you would have to obviously apply that to yourself, but I think that's a pretty simple way to look at it. Like you wouldn't call it soap making. You would call it how to do soap making with melt and pour soap or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. The more keywords you can get in there, the more conversational it can be, like how people type in to a search engine. And you can even go up to the top of the bar of YouTube and start typing in some of those things and see how it auto fills in.
Let's see if we can do that, because you did say we would do that, right? Okay, so let's see if we can do that. So let's say I wanted to search on for YouTube Basics. So we would type in how to use YouTube, like that.
Yeah, you could do that. You could try different ways, or how to start a YouTube channel. Like, see, that's already filling in for you. How to start a YouTube channel.
Oh, so when it fills in, it means that's how people are searching.
Right.
Oh, so that means that's what you want to use.
Right. And see how there's how to start a YouTube channel for beginners, how to start a YouTube channel on your phone, Yeah.
Okay, so if we go back to my channel and take a look at our YouTube Basics, now I'm rethinking this, right? So we called it YouTube Basics, How to Organize Your YouTube Channel. And we put the year in there, which I think is important because when I'm searching for how to do something, I don't want the 2012 version of it.
Right.
If I see 2019 or 2018, since it is 2019 now, I'm more likely to click. So maybe we should change this to YouTube Basics, How to Start Your YouTube Channel Part 2, or this would be Part 1. And then we could call them all the exact same thing, but just have different Part 1, Part 2, Part 3.
You could, or you could call the playlist that and then have different variations of that in your title. So how there was one for beginners, or, you know, different things, like maybe you could have how to start a YouTube channel, the absolute basics. Like this first one, we basically took a tour of YouTube, how's learning YouTube. It could be titled something like that, like how to start a YouTube channel, you know, what are all the parts, or something like, you know.
So so the playlist would be YouTube Basics, colon,
no, the playlist would be how to start a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then you don't want to call each video how to start a YouTube channel because you already have it in the playlist. You can call it, you could, but then you could expand on that. So the playlist could be how to start a YouTube channel. The video could be how to start a YouTube channel, Part 1, a tour of Facebook, or something like that. So
okay, so how do we change the name of this YouTube playlist?
Let me see.
Or maybe for now I could just delete it out of there and create a new one.
You could create a new one, yeah.
And call it How to Start a YouTube Channel.
Right, and create.
Hit what?
Create.
Oh, is that it? Is
I think that would be it, yeah.
Okay. All right, and then save.
And save.
And then we would change the name of the video. We wouldn't have to put how to start a YouTube channel in the name of the video because that's in the playlist.
You could put how to, I mean, it depends on how you want to do it. You could put how to start a YouTube channel, Part 1, a tour of YouTube, or something like that. Because basically the first one, or how to organize your channel, or however you want to call it.
How about that?
Right. Right. And then the one we do tonight could be how to start a YouTube channel, Part 2, whatever we think the theme is of tonight's, you know, organize, you know, like something like implementing whatever.
Right. Right. We could put
We can
cover
come up with something
art.
when
We
we're
could
done.
put cover art. We could put thumbnails. And then, so you only have 100 characters here. So that's a really good point. And you think live replay is important to put so people know that it was live?
You could also put that on your thumbnail if you wanted to. You know, you could redo your thumbnail or something like that. But leave it there for now. We'll see how it works. You can always remove it if you don't, you know, if you don't like it.
All right. And here's what I did, by the way, so everyone can see. I put a list of actually what we covered in this video. And after tonight, I'm going to go back and I'm going to add timestamps. So people who are interested in how to add your social media and website links only can just go straight to, you know, 10 minutes and 20 seconds in, or whatever it was, and they can just watch that part. So that's that's a way to really be even more helpful to your viewers. Okay. All right. So that feels good. So now I've changed okay. So I'll have to go back and either delete that, or it doesn't matter because no one can see it anyway.
They won't see it if there's nothing in it.
Okay.
And you might find you want to go with YouTube Basics. I mean, but for now, that seems like that's a popular search term. So
yeah, I like to use the popular search term.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to, if you don't mind going back to just YouTube, I wanted to show people. I had noticed that you had done a Facebook live, I mean, an Instagram live this week where you were at a co-working space.
Yes.
And you were showing people, giving a little tour of them. It was the first time you were there. And I thought that is a great idea for one of your videos because you want to have an independent playlist. So just type in co-working space in the search bar up there.
Should I click on it?
Yeah. Let's see what it shows us. So the first two is giving you ads, but see, the saying is co-working really future? I actually watched that video after I watched your thing, the CNBC one. It was pretty good. It was just telling people what it is, but this will show you what is already on that topic, and look how they're ranking in search. So some of them seem to be location independent. Like, I mean, about like one's in Amsterdam or something, because a lot of people search for co-working space near. hear me as a popular search engine. Oops. Did you just mute me? Can you hear me?
I did, because can you hear my son upstairs? Can
you
hear
muted
that
yourself.
banging?
I thought you muted me.
He is upstairs banging. I mean, just really like working from home, like sidebar, okay? I was trying to work Friday. My son had just come home from school and I was like, what are you doing? He's making all this noise. And he said, I'm spinning around in circles.
Because that's what boys do.
Because I'm 16 and that's what I do. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, well, you can scroll through here and just get ideas of what other people have done for videos about co-working spaces.
Oh, look, a tour of my co-working space.
Yeah, I typed it. When I typed this in myself, I did it without the hyphen. I don't know if that'll give you a different set of. I mean, it might not even pay attention to it.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, so it might not care about.
The first three are the same, yeah.
Punctuation. But you can see some of them are like a tour of them. Some are the pros and cons of it. I saw one on there somewhere about someone was like, they're a waste of money, don't use them, you know, and things like that. And other people who are like, if you're starting one, this is what you need to know. Or what are the 50 top things features you should look for in a co-working space. So I just thought, because you were thinking of using a co-working space and you took a tour, it would be a nice video for you to do of what someone like you would be looking for in a co-working space. And I wanted to, I don't know if you can see me on screen, you were walking around doing an Instagram story, which you have to hold your camera this way for, you know, you hold it vertically. But I wanted to encourage you too, to also get some footage this way with your phone camera so that you can use that in a video. Because your homework tonight is to take some B-roll that you can use in another video. So if you were at that co-working space, and I remember you walking around and there was a coffee bar and there was like a phone booth and there were conference rooms, you could take video of all that while you're walking around. And then when you make your video, and if you're saying, hey, it's really nice when they have free coffee available, and then you can cut to that, it just breaks up your video and it illustrates it for people, and it makes your video more interesting because they're not just staring at you the whole time. It kind of breaks it up. It refreshes their mind for a second, because otherwise they're just staring at a talking head. You know, it kind of can get a little, they're like, what? You know, they start to drift, spin around in circles or whatever.
Like my first videos where we had 16 views from videos that I loaded 2 years ago. Yeah,
so it's just a way to make them more interesting. And you could even go into Canva and make some slides, and it can come up and, you know, it can say, you know, the coffee bar or something, and you can interject that in. So there are little things when we get to editing exercises, I'll teach you how to do that.
Okay, cool.
Your homework is to, when you're out and about and you're doing these things in your own life, because that's what you want to show people, you actually live in your life, start remembering to turn your camera sideways and take some B-roll that you can use later.
Okay, I gotta go upstairs and get him spinning.
Right.
If you really want to be a work from home mom, this is what you're in for. Okay.
So if you do want to do one about co-working spaces, go back to that co-working space, take some footage. You know, you probably don't have to take a lot of it. It would just be something that you would cut in for a few seconds,
right,
you know, while you're talking. And so that is your homework, is B-roll.
B-roll. Okay. So this requires me to think about what I want my next video to be, because if I'm going to be doing B-roll, I kind of got to have that in the back of my head.
Right. So you
I don't have to worry about that though until next year, because all my videos for now are weekly videos with you. but I might throw some in between if I start to feel like I'm getting.
I think I don't want to let you get out of this 8 weeks without making a video.
Oh, she's adding on now, you guys. This was not a part of the original deal.
I think that you should. It doesn't have to be long, but even if you don't ever use it, I think you need to try to make one. But see, you talking right now, I just wanted to explain B-roll. You talking right now is A-roll. Okay?
A-roll.
So that's, you know, if you were filming for a television show, you know, the main video that you're making is the A-roll. The B-roll is the stuff, the footage that you get and you cut in.
Okay. So I just put us on a dual screen, so we're still A-rolling.
Yes, we're A-rolling right now. But if we cut away, every time we cut away to share our screen, we're showing a little B-roll. We're just doing it live.
Right. So I could chop a segment of you and I talking together of this A-roll, and I could turn it into B-roll and use it for another video.
Exactly. Yep. And you can keep a file of it somewhere on your computer. You can always go back to it, you know.
Dropbox, baby.
Yeah.
Dropbox B-roll. So for my team who's probably not listening, But if you were, I would say, okay, it's time to create yet another Dropbox folder with categories of B-roll. So that's what we'll have. We'll have categories that will match the playlists.
They could.
That we can act, so that, I mean, you got to organize this stuff. You can't just have 50 pieces of B-roll on a phone.
Right.
So
exactly.
I'm already thinking ahead of how we're going to organize this so we can come back a year from now and not have to make new B-roll, but we can already have some B-roll in Dropbox in a folder that we could fairly quickly find. So I like that. I like
it doesn't always have to be video. It could be a picture. You know, it could also just be
a still. It could be a still image.
Right. And you'll learn in the editing software, they call it the Ken Burns effect, where you put up a video and it sort of slowly zooms in to a piece of it. You know, so it's not, it makes it sort of moving, but it's not actual video. So.
Oh, like I've seen it in documentaries where it's really a picture, but they zoom in on it and they move it across like this.
Right. They call that the Ken Burns effect.
Yeah, because he's such a genius. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Let's see, maybe he'll come and be a guest.
Maybe he will.
Yeah, right. Those amateurs. Okay, but this is fun.
One last thing I wanted to mention, and this is also part of your homework, there's something called the YouTube Creator Academy. So as soon as you become a YouTube member, like you are now, as soon as you have a channel, they have free classes online, and they have people who are popular on YouTube who make little videos with how-to stuff. So you can check out the YouTube Creator Academy. So you can just type it into Google, and I think it's just, might be like creatoracademy.youtube or whatever. I'll email it to you. And you can see what's available. And then, like, now that I am in the next tier, like I'm a full partner, a whole new section has opened up to me in the Creator Academy. So, but there's a lot there for when you just start, and it's very helpful. So just see if there's anything in there that you want to watch about how to promote your videos and things like that. And it's a great resource that they offer for free.
Okay, so my homework is it to go through all the classes by next week, or
no, there's tons of them. You wouldn't be able to. It's to just check it out and see if there's anything there you want to watch, and then to capture some B-roll is your other homework.
B-roll and YouTube Creators Academy. Okay, let's go ahead and try to find the link now so that the people that are watching.
I might have it. Let me share my screen. I might have it up. Can I share my screen?
Sure.
Yeah. I think I had loaded it up, so let me see.
What I found was creatoracademy.youtube.com.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Is that it? Okay, good. So you guys can be checking it out too. And this is all free?
Yes.
Oh.
So here it is.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
So I'm new. So my channel looks different from yours. It says getting started. Content strategy, production, channel optimization, money and business, and policies and guidelines.
And a lot of the people doing the videos are people who are YouTube users. So they're telling you their experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a great free resource that they have. And like you can see, there's a catalog link up here.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, Donna. So this is super. All right. Okay, great. Well, I'm proud of myself for doing my homework, and super grateful to you for hanging in there through our technical difficulties. You guys, I think we're probably just going to be on Facebook because I'm tired of the difficulties with Zoom connecting to YouTube. It's just not working. So what I'll do is we will go live and do it live on Facebook, but I will upload it to YouTube so you can watch it there. You can kind of have your choice. And that's what we'll do, right, Donna?
That's right.
Okay, so I will have B-roll. How many pieces of B-roll, Donna? Like, give me a number so I can
just start. Like, if you went back to the co-working space, you know, just take some footage of one of the conference rooms or where you would sit or people working, and you know, maybe like 4 or 5 little snippets that are just, you know, 10-20 seconds long. That's all you really need.
All right, so I'll do 5 pieces of B-roll. I'm not going back to that co-working space, but I will be thinking about what video I'm going to do down the road for my homework, and I'll create some B-roll for that, and I'll show people that on my phone. Right. And then I'll also go to creatoracademy.youtube.com, and I'll at least watch the quick start guide because that's probably what I should watch first.
Yeah. Just check it out. There's lots of stuff on there. So if there's ever maybe you want to learn how to change something on there that we haven't covered. So
Yeah.
So, okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Donna. And thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for joining. And those of you who hung in there with the double emails and stuff, I appreciate it. I hope you're learning something. That's the whole point of this, is that, you know, whenever I learn something, I want to share it with as many people as I can, my members, obviously, in particular, but I really want to be able to, you know, share all the learning and all the knowledge, so that if you want to use YouTube to build your platform, or if you want to learn a little bit, so in the future you at least know to reserve your brand on YouTube, so that you can then have it available for you to come back to later on. I think that's so important for entrepreneurs. Then you'll have a resource in this playlist to come back to when you're ready. And we look forward to seeing you hopefully next week. We're going to start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern at facebook.com/Donna Maria CEO. That's where we're going to be. So thanks, everyone. I hope you have a great evening. Bye. Thanks, Donna. This was super. Bye.
Bye.